In this tutorial, we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Paper 4 Extended, Variant 4-2, October-November 2018, question number 6 onwards. Question number 6. This is a speed time graph. The diagram shows the speed time graph for part of a journey for two people, a runner and a walker. Calculate the acceleration of the runner for the first 3 seconds. So this is the time frame for which we have to find the acceleration. To find acceleration, we use the formula, the final velocity minus the initial velocity divided by the time taken. So acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity over the time taken. Velocity means speed. So the final speed is 3.0. The initial or the starting speed is 1.2. 3.0 minus 1.2 divided by 3, that is the time taken, and we'll get 0.6. So acceleration is 0.6 meter per second square. Part B, calculate the total distance traveled by the runner in the 19 seconds. To find the distance in a speed time graph, we need to find the area. So when you find the area, you will get the distance. We will divide it into two parts. We will make the first a trapezium and the second one a rectangle. Area of the rectangle is length times width. We have 19 as your length and 1.2 as the width. That is 22.8 square meters. The area of the trapezium is half A plus B H. A and B are your parallel sides, these sides here. We are using this line, that is also 19, and the top part is, this is 15 and 3, so 15 minus 3, 12, and H is your height, 3.0 minus 1.2. Now replace everything in this equation. So half 19 plus 12 times the height, which is 1.8, will give us 27.9. Add both these areas together and we'll get 50.7. So that is the total distance traveled by the runner in the 19 seconds. Part C. The runner and the walker are traveling in the same direction along the same path. So this is the walker, this is the runner. When time is 0, when t is 0, the runner is 10 meters behind the walker. Find how far the runner is ahead of the walker when time is 19. To find that, we have to minus the distance traveled by the walker from the overall distance that we have found. So we found that the total distance is 50.7. From that, we'll subtract the distance of the runner, which is this rectangle. So therefore, length times width. The length is 19 and the width is 1.2. This will give us 27.9. The runner was 10 meters behind the walker, so we have to subtract that 10 and we will get 17.9 as our answer. This is a circle theorem question. In the diagram, A, B, C and D lie on the circle, center O. EA is a tangent. Tangent means it touches the circle at one point. Also, the angle between the radius and the tangent equal to 90 degrees. Angle EAB is 61 and angle BAC is 55. Part A, find angle BAO. So we have to find BAO. Like I said that this is the radius, OA is the radius, and EA is the tangent. The angle between the radius and the tangent is 90 degrees. 61 is BAE. Therefore, to find BAO, we have to subtract from 90 61, and we will get 29. So angle BAO is 29 degrees. Next one, find angle AOC. AOC. We found this angle here, it is 29 degrees. And because this is a radius and this is a radius and the radius are going to be of the same size, it's an isosceles triangle. This is also going to be 29. To find AOC, we'll subtract from 180, 29 plus 29. And this will give us 128 degrees. Therefore, 128 degrees. Next question, find angle ABC. ABC. You need to know the rule that angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. So if this is 128, this will be half of 128. 128 divided by 2 is 64. So angle ABC is 64. Next, find angle CDA. CDA. C, D, A, and B. These are 4 points on the circumference and they form together a quadrilateral. Cyclic quadrilateral. In a cyclic quadrilateral, the opposite angles equal to 180. So to find angle CDA, we have to subtract 64 from 180. 180 minus 64 will give us 116. So this question is finished now. The diagram shows the position of 3 cities, Geneva, Budapest, and Hamburg. Part A, a plane flies from Geneva to Hamburg. It takes 2 hours and 20 minutes. Calculate the average speed in kilometers per hour. To find speed, we use the formula speed is equal to distance over time taken. Distance is 864 kilometers. Time is 2 hours and 20 minutes. You have to change the minutes into hour because they want kilometers per hour. We'll divide by 60. You will get 1/3. So 2 1/3. Divide by 2 1/3 and we will get 370.285. We'll round it to 1 decimal place. 370.3 kilometer per hour. If you round this and write, you will get a little different answer in your decimal. So write it as a fraction. Part B. Use the cosine rule to calculate the distance from Geneva to Budapest. 2 sides have been given and 1 included angle. So this is the cosine rule. Whenever you want to find the side, you must have the opposite angle. So A is going to be your GB. So we'll just replace what we have. B and C will be either 864 or 928. It doesn't make a difference. Minus 2 times 864 times 928 cos the angle, which is 67. You can put the entire thing in the calculator and we will get 9981109.8141. We want not the square, we want GB. So square root this answer and we'll be left with 990.5 kilometer. You can round it to 1 decimal place or 3 significant figures. Part C. The bearing of Budapest from Hamburg is 133. So this is 133. Find the bearing of Hamburg from Budapest. This is 133. And we are supposed to find this bearing. When you're finding bearing, remember if it is an obtuse angle, it's always going to be the inside part. And if you want to find the outside part, you have to add 180 to 133. And we will get 313. So that's your bearing of Hamburg from Budapest. Next one, calculate the bearing of Budapest from Geneva. Therefore, we need to find this angle. But before we find that, we will need to find HGB. To find angle HGB, we'll have to use the sine rule. Already found GB, which was 990.5. Now we just have to replace everything. So sine A is the sine G that we need to find. This is what we need to find. And the opposite side is 928. That is the small a is equal to sine 67 over the opposite side, which is 990.5. Sine G is equal to sine 67 over 990.5. This here is a divide, so when I bring here, it will be a multiply. No need to calculate at this stage. You want to find the angle, so we will move the sine to the other side and it will become sine inverse. We can just put the whole thing in the calculator to get the answer. 990.5 multiplied by 928 will give us 59.58. You can round it up to 59.61 decimal place. But this is only this part. It's only this part. This is 59.6. You also have to find this angle. To find this angle, you know that angle at a point equals 360, so this whole thing should equal 360. You have this angle 133, you got this angle 67. To find HG, we'll subtract from 360 minus 133 minus 67. That will give us 160. And these two lines are parallel. So if this is 160, H is 160, G is going to be 20, 160 minus 20. Therefore, the bearing is going to equal to 59.6. 59.6 plus 20, which is 79.6. I hope you understood how we got 160. From 360, we subtracted 133 plus 67 because angles at a point equal to 360. The next question, the table shows the amount of time, T minutes, 120 people each spend in a supermarket one Saturday. So this is group data. A1, use the midpoints of the intervals to calculate an estimate of the mean. So we have to find the midpoint and then we multiply the midpoint by frequency. To find the midpoint, add the two numbers. So we have 10 plus 30 divided by 2. That will give you 20. That's your midpoint. Do the same for each interval. 45 plus 50 divided by 2 is 47.5, 55 and 65. Now midpoint multiplied by the frequency. So these two numbers will multiply and write down here. So these are the values you get when you multiply the midpoint by frequency. And when you add all of this, we will get 5135. To find the mean, we find the sum of the midpoint multiplied by frequency over the sum of the frequency. So this we found is 5135. The total frequency we already know is 120. So 5135 divided by 120 will give us 42.79, rounded to one decimal, 42.8 minutes. In A2, complete this histogram to show the information in the table. To draw the histogram, you need to find frequency density. Frequency density is equal to frequency over class width. Class width, to find class width, we have to subtract 30 minus 10, the higher value minus the lower value. So that will give you 20. And the number of people is your frequency. So 16 divided by 20 is 0.8. Each line here is 0.2. So the first bar they have already drawn for us. We have to work out the same way and find the frequency density of the other bars. These are how your bars will look like when we use this formula and find the frequency density. Part B. This histogram shows the amount of time, T minutes, 120 people each spend in the supermarket one Wednesday. Make a comment comparing the distribution of the times for the 2 days. So let's look at both the histograms together. What can you see? You can make any general comment. You can say more people spend time shopping on a Saturday. Here we have got 60 to 70 minutes. We don't have anyone in the 60 to 70 minutes race. So that's one thing you can write. So we have written more shoppers spend more than an hour on a Saturday, or in general, shoppers spend less time on a Wednesday than on a Saturday. Question number 10. Part A. The lake behind a dam has an area of 55 hectares. When the gates in the dam are open, water flows out at a rate of 75,000 liters per second. Show that 90 million liters of water flow out in 20 minutes. A very easy question. So 75,000 liters per second. So this is per second in 20 minutes. We have to change the minutes into seconds. So we multiply by 60. And this will give us, you know that in 1 million there are 6 zeros. So we have got 90 million liters of water. Part 2. Beneath the surface, the lake has vertical sides. Calculate the drop in the water level of the lake when the gates are open for 20 minutes. Give your answer in centimeters. 1 hectare is equal to 10 to the power of 4 square meter, and 1000 liters is equal to 1 cubic meter. There's a lot of conversion that we need to do here. First thing that we see is give your answer in centimeters. So we'll get to that. 1 hectare is equal to 10 to the power of 4 m square, and we have an area of 55 hectares. So area is equal to 55 hectares multiplied by 10 to the power of 4 square meters. Then we have been given 1000 liters is equal to 1 cubic meter, and 90 million liters of water flow out in 20 minutes. Therefore, volume is equal to, cubic meter means volume. Volume is equal to 90 million, 10 more, divided by 1000. What else do we have? You need to know this, that when you want to find the volume, if the area is given to you, So area of cross section times the height or the length, depending on the question, is equal to the volume. You want to find the height, you have your volume. We can simplify this. We cancel the 3 zeros out. So 90,000 is your volume divided by the area of cross section, which is 55 multiplied by 10 to the power of 4. That will give us the height. But all of this is in meter. If you want to change it to centimeter, you have to multiply by 100. Now put this whole thing together in the calculator, and we will get the height as 16.36. Round it to one decimal place. 16.4 centimeter is our height. Part 3. The cross-section of a gate is a sector of a circle with radius 8.5 meters and angle 76 degrees. So this is the radius, this is the angle, and this is the radius. Calculate the perimeter of the sector. Perimeter means the outside part of any shape. So we have the radius, and we need to find this side. This is the arc length of a sector. There's a formula to find the arc length, which is arc length is equal to theta over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. Theta is your angle and r is your radius. Therefore, perimeter is going to equal to the radius plus the radius, 8.5 plus 8.5, and using this equation in place of theta we'll put 76 and in place of r 8.5. Put this in the calculator, you will get 28.27 meters. Round it to one decimal place, so 28.3 meter is your answer. B1. A solid metal cone has radius 10 centimeter and height 36 centimeter. This is the radius and the height. Calculate the volume of the cone. The volume of the cone we can find by using the formula given to us. Volume is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. R is 10 and h is 36. So we just have to replace in the equation, put the whole thing in the calculator, and you will get 3769.9. Round it to, this is what we'll get when you round it to a whole number, 3770 cubic centimeter. Part 2. The cone is cut parallel to its base to give a smaller cone. The volume of the smaller cone is half the volume of the original cone. So the volume of the original cone is 3770. To find the volume of this cone, we will divide it by 2. So 1885 is the volume. Second part, the smaller cone is melted down to make two different spheres. The ratio of the radii of these two spheres is 1:2. So if the radius of one sphere is r, the other sphere will be 2r. The volume of a sphere is found by 4/3 pi r cube. So if we add these two spheres together, we will get this volume, 4/3 pi r cube. In this case, our radius is r, plus 4/3 pi 2/3, so 2r cube is equal to 1885. Let's simplify this. So this is what we will get. 2 to the power of 3 is 8 and r to the power of 3 is r cube is equal to 1885. Because the denominators are same, we can write it as one fraction. Now we'll simplify this. 3 will bring to the other side, it will become multiply. 4 pi r cube plus 4 pi multiplied by 8 will give us 32 pi r cube is equal to 1885 times 3. We can add these terms together. 36 pi r cube is equal to 5655. Divide 5655 by 36 pi. We want to find r, so this answer we will write it 5655 divided by 36 pi. We'll find the cube root of it. Because there's a 3 there, cube becomes cube root. So R is equal to 3.68. Question number 11. We have been given 3 column vectors and A1 find 3A minus 2B. So 3 times A, which is negative 3, 2, minus 2, B, which is 5, 4. We multiply 3 by negative 3 and 3 by 2, negative 9 and 6. Minus 2 multiplied by 5, 10, and 2 multiplied by 4, 8. To find the answer, we have to do negative 9 minus 10, which is negative 19, and 6 minus 8, negative 2. So that is our answer for A1. A2, find the magnitude of A. For this question, you have to square root and whatever are your terms here, negative 3 and 2, square them. Put this in the calculator and you will get your answer, which is 3.6. In part 3, MA plus NB is equal to C. Write down 2 simultaneous equations and solve them to find the value of M and the value of N. Show all your working. The first simultaneous equation we can write is negative 3M plus 5N is equal to 14. The second one we will write is 2M plus 4N is equal to 9. Now we have to solve it simultaneously. Now if we decide to cancel M, we need to have the same coefficient. So I'll multiply by 2 my first equation and by 3 the second equation. This will give me negative 6M plus 10N is equal to 28. 6M 12N is equal to 27. If the signs are different, like in this case, you have a negative 6M and plus 6M, so we add. This will get cancelled. 10 plus 12 is 22N, and this will give us 55. So N is equal to 55 divided by 22, which is 2.5. To find M, we have to substitute in equation 1 or 2. I'll substitute in equation 2. So in place of N, we are going to put 2.5 is equal to 9. Therefore, 2M plus 10 is equal to 9. 2M is equal to 9 minus 10, which will give us negative 1, and divide by 2, which is negative 0.5. So M is negative 0.5 and N is 2.5. OAP is a triangle and C is the midpoint of OB. D is on AP such that AD is to the ratio of 3:5 with DB. OAE is a straight line such that OA is to AE to the ratio of 2:3. OA is A and OC is C. Find in terms of A and C in its simplest form, AB. So we have to reach from A to B. That can be done when we pass through AO plus OC plus CB. AO is negative 8 because we are moving in the opposite direction, so the sign will change. OC is C and C is the midpoint of OB, so even this is going to be C. Plus C, that will give us 2C minus A. In part B, we want to find AD. To find AD, first let's look at the ratio which is given to us, 3:5. So AD is 3/8. 5 plus 3 is 8, and DB is 5/8. That is the ratio we have. AD is 3/8 of AB. Therefore, 3/8 2C minus 8. You can simplify it or leave it this way. Both the ways are fine. If we simplify it, we'll get 3/4C minus 3/8A. In C, we have to find the vector CE. So from C, we have to reach E. We can do that by passing through CO plus OA plus AE. CO is negative C, OA is A. What about AE? AE is in the ratio of 2:3. So OA is A, correct? So AE will be 3/2A. And when you add it, you will get 5/2A. We'll just put the positive variable first, so 5/2A minus C. In part D, we have to find CD from C to D. So we'll go from CO plus OA plus AD. CO is negative C, OA is A, and AD is 3/8 of AB. Negative C plus A, AD we already found before, we can just write that. Negative 3/8A plus 3/4C. Add the like variables together, so negative C plus 3/4C will give you negative 1/4C. And 1A minus 3/8A will give you plus 5/8A. Moving on to the next question. CE is equal to KCD. Find the value of K. This is CE and this is CD. We'll first start out by writing a common denominator, and to do that we will multiply by 2 here and 2 here and 2 here and here. We'll have 5A minus 2C over 2 is equal to 5/8 A minus 2C over 8. Because the denominators are same, we can join it and write it as one fraction. So 5/A minus 2C, 8. We'll factorize the denominators out. Half 5A minus 2C is equal to 1/8 5A minus 2C. This part is same. This 5A minus 2C and 5A minus 2C is same. To make the equation equal to each other, I need to have a half here. But I've got 1/8. I can multiply by 4 and I will have now the equation half 5A minus 2C is equal to 4/8 5A minus 2C. So my K is 4. A box contains 20 packets of potato chips. 6 packets contain barbecue flavored chips, 10 packets salt flavored, 4 packets contain chicken flavored chips. Maria takes 2 packets at random without replacement. Show that the probability that she takes 2 packets of salt flavored chips is 9/38. The first probability that she takes a salt flavored chip is 10/20. Because she takes one salt flavored chip, now the number of salt flavored chips packets are less. They are 9 now. And also the total number of the packets have also been reduced. There were 20 packets. She has already taken one, so now there are remaining 19 packets. And that is how we get 9/38. A2. Find the probability that she takes 2 packets of different flavored chips. When you want to find 2 packets of different flavored chips, there's an easier way to do. First, find the packets of same flavored chips. So we are going to find 2 packets of same flavored chips. The salt we already found. Salt flavored, 2 salt flavored is 9/38. And 2 barbecue flavored will be 6/20. And we do the same what we did before. 5/19. We subtract 1 from the numerator and the denominator. This will give us 3/38. And then we find 2 chicken flavored. So 4/20 multiplied by 3/19. And this will give you 12/38. 380. The probability of everything is 1. You have found the probability of the same flavored chips. The probability of the flavored chips being different will be 1 minus all the probability that we found now. 62/95. Part B. Maria takes 3 packets at random without replacement from the 20 packets. Find the probability that she takes at least 2 packets of chicken flavored chips. These are the probabilities that you will get. Barbecue multiplied by chicken because we want at least 2 packets of chicken. It means it can be more than 2, but minimum is 2. So we can have barbecue, chicken, salt chicken, chicken barbecue chicken, salt chicken. The first packet is chicken, the second is chicken, and the third is salt. The first is chicken, the second is chicken, and the third is barbecue. Also remember that this is without replacement, so the total number of packets keep decreasing. And this is what we will get. Multiply each one. So barbecue is 6/20. Chicken packets are 4. Because we already removed one packet, the total packet becomes less, it's 19. And then for the third packet, we have to have a chicken. So chicken is going to be 3 because we have already removed one. And the total number of packets are 18. Add all these probabilities together and you will get 5/57. So that's your answer. I hope I've been able to help you. Thank you for watching.